Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Lounging with Lisa, the video series that has me lounging. Well, coming at you with thoughts of the day. Now that Mick's gone, I can speak freely. I'm just kidding. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, are going to be tired of hearing from me today. This is probably the last video, really, and I'm working on the game madly, but I'm very excited. I wanted to share a few things with you. First of all, Mick, he's hysterical. I love him. When I came back from Houston in 1993. I worked for Judy Hughes, Mama Bear's restaurant. And hang on, I'm really hot right now. I just pushed up my sleeves, ladies and gentlemen. I worked for Judy Hughes at Mama Bear's, and I was supposed to work over at the Mama Bear's Country Inn. It's on the west side of town. And I worked there a little bit, but I was mainly at the one on 322, the Greasy Spoon. Yeah. So at any rate, she was getting ready for the season to open because I came back here in April. Suddenly, and then I went back to get my things, and so I was settled back in around May, something like that, whatever. Mick was working over there doing some painting and things, and we were doing cleanup. And I've known Mick my whole life. I used to joke and claim that he used to get stoned at Bible study when we had Bible study. In 1978, my mother and several of us, we got involved in, I guess, some religious stuff, and we became born again or something to that effect, or saved it. I think I was born again repeatedly. So, but I was like 14 then, and Mick would sometimes come to these Bible studies that we'd have at our house. I cannot believe this. And one time, I don't know, I was convinced he was stoned at a Bible study, and so that was kind of a joke that, oh yeah, I remember you from the days that you were stoned at Bible study, which he was never stoned at Bible study. It was just something, a figment of my imagination. Ladies and gentlemen, I know you find that hard to believe thus far. Okay, so I came back from Texas, and I run into Mick again because he's going to do painting over there. Marie playing in a box. I'll explain that next. And I was dressed like, he kept saying I was like a cowgirl. I had this long hair. I was in my 20s. I was, fairly shapely back then, ladies and gentlemen. Just picture it, if you will. And I had on these, gray jean type things and some cowboy boots. And I was like painting a fence and scrubbing and doing all this work. And he was staring at me. And I'm like, why is this man always staring at me? He's driving me nuts. So we went to have cocktails later. I think he watched. He's not much of a drinker, never has been. He was too busy getting stoned before Bible study. And so I just asked him, what is the deal with you're staring at me all the time? And he was just amazed at me, I guess, ladies and gentlemen. He just thought I was some sort of whirling dervish disguised as a cowgirl back from Texas. And I don't know, he's enthralled. Not interested in me in that way. He is married to a gentleman. So, if you know what I mean. How can you not know what I mean after that? So, Jason is his husband. Super sweet. I love him. Oh my God, I love them so. Both of them. Just terrific people. But at any rate, Mick and I had toyed with the idea, as Mother would say, of doing some sort of podcast. This was a long time ago. And so we decided, we've had some requests to try to get together occasionally and do goofy things like we did this morning or this afternoon, whenever the heck it was we did it. And I think we're going to call it Getting Together Again. And there's a reason for that. See, Mick knows all about my life in Houston. Every man I ever dated. Everything. He feels like he lived my life there because I, would tell him everything. So I dated this one fellow by the name of Rick Fawdry. He's dead, by the way. He died at age 50. I don't know how. I discovered it while Googling him. It was very upsetting. But we had a date, and Rick left me this message on my machine. I still have the tape. You know how I do this now. I used to tape record everything, ladies and gentlemen, on those cassette deals. I still have the tape of when Rick Fawdry called me for another date. He was so handsome. He was real tall, and, he had a mustache. Of course, I'm always into the mustache. And he wore a cowboy hat. He was a total Texan and all that crap. And he left me this message, and it went like this. Hey, I don't know if I can get through. I might have to pause. Okay, the message went, hey, thought I'd give you a holler. See what you doing. Thought maybe we could get together again. And it was like a struggle for him to say things, and I don't think his lips moved at all. It was just crazy. So, of course, we got together again, and we went to Colorado Springs together and all this jazz, and blah, 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 blah. And he moved to Colorado Springs. I stayed in Houston, then I came home, and then he died. So, not really in that quick of order, but close enough. But, so Mick, having heard the tape, he would then, after that, like to this day, he'll call me up and say, I thought maybe we could get together again. So we thought we would maybe call. Look, you don't even move your lips when you said get together again. Do it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get together again. And it's get, not get. So we might call these segments Gittin, Gittin, gather, because there's no two. It's just gather. Get together again. Oh my God. This is how I am in real life. Like, please, like I disguise myself for the show. Got to show you what I got for my birthday from Perpetual. I have it displayed right here. Here goes. I hope this comes into the frame. Yes, it's a shark, ladies and gentlemen. A shark. I am so excited over this. Oh my gosh. I am going to love vacuuming. I cannot wait to vacuum. I did vacuum today. I borrowed the one from Mother because we still have to have that thing. You know, the Buddy Bates vacuum. We have it. It's here. It's not leaving here for any reason under the sun, Buddy Bates. Because I love the bench and everything. We just like the idea of having that vacuum. Joel is going to look at the little gasket deal. But meanwhile, this is what I wanted desperately as a shark. And it's what I got. And I got to pick out the color and order it myself. And, you know, he paid for it, clearly. It was my birthday gift. Some ladies get upset when they get frying pans or aprons or vacuums or what else? Cleaning supplies, I don't know what else, for their birthdays or Valentine's Day. I don't. I love it. I would live for an apron, another apron. I don't have one on today. I was too hot with the hot flashes. But yeah, I would not mind. Any of that stuff doesn't bother me at all. As I've mentioned before, I don't mind traditional roles, ladies and gentlemen. As long as the couple agrees on it, doesn't bother me at all. Why would it? It's none of my business. So, you know, I don't go extreme with some of the stuff. I think you might have noticed. I'm perfectly delighted to make dinner. Well, I'm not delighted to do much of anything, but, you know, if the husband and wife or spouse and wife or two wives or whatever you have going on agrees that the one is kind of the breadwinner and the other one takes care of the house or the kids or whatever, I think that's been demonized over the years, quite frankly. I get real serious now after that ridiculous get together again story. Yeah, I think a lot of the ladies that decided to stay home or that were able to, now we're forced that both couples need to work, you know, to keep up with the fact that we're in debt. The nation's in debt. We're in debt. You know what I mean? I think a lot of the ladies felt pressured to enter the workforce with some of the extreme elements of the people like pushing them to do that, like making them feel ashamed to stay at home and raise the kids. And I just don't like that. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, darn it. So, okay, on that note, I guess I'm done with that. What a bizarre video, but what's new? I think I'm done for the day. I really have to get going with these questions. Mick did help me with a few. And, he sent me a really interesting thing on Messenger that I can bring over. It's just about animals that mate for life, and all. It's going to be really fun. I hope you come this weekend at 2:30 on Good Land. Saturday and Sunday, 2:30 Eastern to the game. It's, I'd probably love lounging style. It will be the name of it. Hope we can get together again then. Lounging with Lisa, the video series, and as me lounging while coming at you with thoughts of the day. Please join me, join others, drop your political identities. Let's focus on issues. Leave labels at the door. Research before you judge. I forgot to say, focus on issues when Mick and I did our closing together. Oh my gosh. And remember, war is indeed a racket. Bernadette's back out and running again. I don't know what we're going to do with her. Trap her in here on Monday night for sure. Now Mars wants out. Okay, love you. Bye.